Hello there, Ray here, and today we'll be going over all the different facts about foxes, the newest mob for the 1.14 snapshot. Then I'll be showing a couple really cool automatic berry farms that uses foxes to harvest them. I'd like to thank all you guys that came out to the 1.14 test snapshot server. It was a lot of fun coming on here and building different stuff with you guys, and hopefully we can do this again in the future. If you'd like to see the automatic berry farm, just skip to 8 minutes. Fox can spawn in taiga as well as adults and babies can spawn. If the taiga variation doesn't have any snow, you'll get these red foxes here. But if the taiga variation is a snow variation of it, you'll get these snow foxes. You can spawn fox in using a spawn egg, which can be found in the creative menu, and this is what the spawn egg looks like. And depending on where you place it, if it's in a cold taiga, you'll get the snow ones, and if it's in a normal taiga or other biomes, you'll get the red ones. You also can just summon them in using this command. So this one is a type snow, I'll summon a snow one. And if you just change this to red, you'll get a red one. Foxes have a lot of NBT tags, which are unique to them. So here you can see the type is snow. This fox here that we're looking at is sleeping, so here's his sleeping tag, it's set to 1. They also have other positions like crouching before they're going to go attack something, as well as sitting. And we'll take a look at those in a bit. Fox has 20 health, exactly the same amount as a player. They also have a sitting tag, and you can see this guy is sitting. They can spawn with items in their mouth, and the items that can spawn in their mouth are chicken eggs, feathers, rabbit hide, leather, wheat, rabbit's foot like this one here, as well as the emerald item. Now all fox have the can pick up loot tag, meaning that they can pick up items whenever they're near them. And they use their hand slot as their mouth slot to hold items similar to dolphins. So you can see this guy is holding a rabbit foot. And anytime something holds something in their hand, there's also a chance of it dropping. So there's an 8.5% chance that he'll drop this item on death. They also have the crouching tag, and this is what they use right before they attack something. Now, things that the fox will attack are rabbits. So if I spawn in a rabbit, notice all the fox will come and attack them. And you can see them doing their crouch mode where they go down low and then jump up and then attack the rabbit. Let's go ahead and spawn in another rabbit. You see them jumping and coming into attack. Now, if they're on top of snow layers, they will do this kind of digging effect, like they're digging into the snow after the rabbit. But they don't actually remove any snow layers, and they only do this on snow layers and not on snow or any other type of block. They will also attack chickens, so you can see them coming after this one, and make crunching noises as they attack. They will also attack salmon and cod, so if there's any in the water nearby, they will hop in the water and try to chase them down and attack them. Although they can't dive into the water, so they have to wait for the fish to actually come to the surface. Fox will go after baby turtles and try to kill them, but they will not go after the adults. And the distance in which fox are able to see mobs that they want to attack is 32 blocks away, so it's quite far. Now, if a fox does kill an animal and it drops something that is considered a food to the player, it will drop whatever it has in its mouth and pick up the food. So always accept a food over any type of non-food item. So this guy here was spawned in with a rabbit's foot in his mouth. So if he would happen to kill a rabbit, and then if he would pick up the rabbit's meat, you'll see that he will drop his rabbit's foot that's in his mouth. It's a 100% chance of him dropping it. But if there's any other nearby fox, they'll see there's an item on the ground, and if they don't have an item in their mouth, they'll go ahead and pick it up. Now, if the fox does have some type of food item in its mouth that it can eat, then it'll go ahead and eat on it a little bit afterwards. You can see this guy just ate up all of his rabbit meat. Now, the fox can eat every single type of item that is here in the foodstuffs menu, in the creative menu. The only thing they can't eat is the cake. The reason for this is most likely because the player cannot actually eat the cake either if it's in his hand, it has to be first placed down. Foxes will run away from players if they get near, as well if there is a wolf nearby, because the wolf will actually chase after fox and try to kill them. If they do get close to them, they will eventually kill them. The fox are pretty nimble and will always run away. Now, dogs will also cause the fox to run away from them, but dogs will not automatically attack a fox. Fox are nocturnal, so they'll normally sleep during the day, but if it turns to night, they'll wake up. And then they'll try to go out and hunt. The hitboxes on the fox are kind of strange. You can see the adult one has a red line way too high, and the babies is also the red line's a little bit slightly too high. But when they try to go into the water to go after cod, you'll see that the babies start taking suffocation damage because it's underneath water, and that red line is never above the water, so you can't get more air. Where the adult's red line is completely off, being way too high. And this is a similar problem we've seen with a lot of other mobs, and I think cats also have this problem where once they go into the water, they will eventually suffocate. Now, when the fox do eat their food in the mouth, it won't actually regenerate any of their health if it's low. At night, foxes have a tendency of moving in towards the villages. But luckily, the villagers don't have any pet rabbits or chickens that they could kill. Fox can pick up any item that is on the ground. So if I just throw even like a grass block, he'll hold it in his mouth there, and you can see it. This guy here picked it up. And when you kill a fox, it'll normally drop nothing, So other than some XPs, it won't drop any items that are unique to them. But if a fox has something in his mouth that he naturally spawned in with, there will be a 8.5% chance of him dropping that item that he has in his mouth. Looting will increase that chance. The chance of a fox spawning with something already in its mouth is about a 10% chance. But if the fox picked up one of the items off the ground that wasn't his own, then he'll have a 100% chance of dropping it. Foxes have the unique behavior of being able to harvest berries off berry plants. Fox have the ability to see a berry bush that has berries in it from within 16 blocks of it, and then they'll come in and harvest them. As you see this one here, they go inside of it, then they harvest them off, and if the bush is in a stage of 3, then it'll drop 2 berries, and they'll only be able to pick up one of them, and then the second berry will drop. Also notice the fox do not take any damage from walking around inside the berry bush. Fox are extremely skittish. When you walk around, they'll always try to stay far ahead of you. And the best way to get close to a fox is to always be crouching, similar to that with the ocelot. If you're crouching, you can get all the way up to them in survival without them running away. You can breed up 2 fox with using some sweet berries, and they will go into love mode right away and produce a baby. Now the babies are supposed to be always trusting of the player from thereafter, but it seems like that mechanic is currently broken, and even the babies will still be very skittish. So as soon as you go uncrouched, all the fox will run away, even including the babies. Now, one way you can make any type of fox tame, it may be a bug, but if you just hook them up with a lead, they will automatically become tame. So I came back to this fox, and I'll just click onto him with this lead here. And you notice as soon as he's on the lead, he doesn't go crazy or anything. He's not trying to run away from me, and he just follows right beside me. Now you can go ahead and you can unclip him from the lead, and this is a wild fox. And you notice that he is no longer scared of me. He'll still do his normal walking around. He's not like a complete pet, similar to like a wolf. He's not gonna like follow you everywhere, but he's no longer like scared of you, so you can walk up to him. So since they don't really follow you, you can always just carry them around with leads and have some pet fox. You can increase the growth of a baby fox just by using sweet berries on them. Although a fox can do a very high jump and come after a rabbit that way, they will still take damage from doing really high jumps. As you've seen, this guy here actually took some damage. Now when fox pick up the totem of undying, they'll act very similar to that of any other mob that picks it up, such as a zombie. So if that fox is killed, it will regenerate his health, and I'll use the totem effect on it. We stop our normally scheduled program to look at this wandering trader who is just passing through the area. The first simple automatic berry farm that I designed was this one here, and you can see we got a bunch of berry bushes sitting inside of this glass tube. We got one fox inside, and what he'll do is he'll come through and he'll harvest each of these berry bushes, and if there is 2 berries that come off the bush, he'll just take one of them, eat it, and then the second berry will fall down and fall onto the soil here, and the hopper minecart will be able to pick it up, and then it will put it over here inside of this hopper, and then it'll put it inside of this chest here. You can see we can get quite a few berries. The nice thing about this design is that you only have one hopper minecart to go over many different bushes. The downside is that the fox will eat one of the berries, and he will also take quite a while between picking up his berry and eating it, so it can be kind of slow for him to harvest it. But with a design like this, you can make it as wide as you want. Remember, if you get too far away, the fox won't be able to detect the berry bushes. So you might want to put a couple extra foxes in there or split it up into a couple of sections. And the nice thing about having the automatic fox farms is that you don't have to have the player there clicking on the berry bushes, because the only way you can normally harvest them is if the player will click on the berry bushes to knock the berries off of them. So this way you can be working around in your base, and in the background this farm can be working. Then you could come and just acquire the berries right from the chest. This next design here was built up by Not Associated and myself, and this design uses a dispenser with bone meal back here. So here's a dispenser, you put some bone meal in the storage over here, and we got it as a single plant with a fox in there, and directly underneath of him we have a hopper minecart pushed into this block, or you can push the block into the hopper minecart. Then underneath we have a hopper and a chest to put the berries into. And the way that this one works is that you turn this lever here, and this will connect these 2 observers together, make an observer clock, and it will power this dispenser here, and then this will put bone meal onto the berries. So the fox is in there, and what will happen is he'll harvest the bush. It is on stage 3, meaning that it'll drop 2 berries, but since we got a hopper minecart directly underneath of it, majority of the time it will pick up all the berries before he can eat any of them. So you'll actually see him put the berry into his mouth for 1 game tick, but it'll immediately be taken up by the hopper minecart and then put it down into this chest here. So right there, you've seen it. Just for the shortest period of time, you can see it was in his mouth, but then it was placed down here, and you see we're still at sets of 2, meaning it wasn't able to take any of the berries. So the nice thing about this design is that it's really small, and it is also automatic. Just the downside is that it does take bone meal in the back, which is pretty annoying to get bone meal just to have a farm to produce berries. Now you don't have to run the bone meal part, you can just turn it off, and then the fox will be able to still harvest it. Right there you see he's harvested, but he wasn't able to eat any of them. Now this last design here was a design that I built based off of Non-Associated's design, where he had 4 plants of berries instead of just 1, and he has his kind of scattered out. I just put them together, and then what I did is I just put a single hopper minecart. You can kind of see it there, a little bit of outline there, directly in the center, and then there's a hopper underneath. It's going to a chest with the outcome here, and this one works very similar to the one over there, except there isn't any bone meal, so we're just relying on the bushes to grow naturally. And what will happen is the bushes will grow up, and then the fox will move over towards them. When he does harvest them, the hopper minecart will be able to pick up all the items before he's able to eat any of them. So nice thing about this one, it only uses 1 hopper minecart and is going over top of 4 different plants, and there's a pretty high chance that it will be able to take in both berries, but there's still a small chance that he will be able to eat them. So he's coming over to this bush here, and you see he tried to harvest it, and immediately took the berry out of his mouth and placed it down in here. And only if the berry kind of falls off to the edge is the fox able to grab it before the hopper minecart is. Now notice in the corners, the glass are filled in for each of these farms. This is just so the fox don't try to pathfind. If they try to pathfind outside the farm, then they won't really pay attention to the fruits inside. I had a lot of fun designing up these farms during the Twitch stream, and if you'd like to take another look at these farms up close, I will provide the real download down in the description. We also designed a bunch of other different types of farms, which I'll show in some future videos. Foxes have a lot of unique behaviors, so they're not just all cute. We also got some cool mechanics like we can make these automatic berry farms. I'd love to thank you guys for watching, and if you guys found this video interesting, be sure to give it a like as well as share it with someone you know. And if you'd like to see more stuff that we designed during our Snapshot stream, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button to get notifications. And if there's some question that you have about Fox that I didn't cover, please ask me down in the comments. Bye bye!